Tax time may cause us to feel many different emotions, and a lot of that is going to be dependent upon whether you're receiving a refund or you happen to owe taxes at the end of the year. But what does it actually mean when you do receive a refund or when you do owe taxes? And is there a better way to manage this situation throughout the year? First, let's review how taxes are collected throughout the year. When you get hired by your employer, you will have to fill out IRS Form W-4. And this form is going to walk you through some calculations, and the end result are going to be withholdings. And withholdings are going to be a number usually between 0 and 3. And this number is going to tell your employer how much tax to withhold from your paycheck and send to the IRS. So what you submit on your IRS Form W-4 is going to determine how much money is sent to the IRS for income tax purposes throughout the entire year. Now, when it comes tax time, you're going to run through the income tax calculations, which are outside the scope of this video, but ultimately, you're going to calculate your total tax owed, and then a comparison is going to be done. You're going to compare how much tax was sent to the IRS throughout the year versus how much tax you actually owe. So if you owe taxes, that means that less money was sent throughout the year to the IRS than the amount that you actually owe to them. So you are going to owe the difference. Now, owing is not always a bad thing, but if you do owe a large sum of money, you may want to consider revising your withholdings, and we'll have more on that later. Now, on the other end, if you receive a refund, that means that you had more money sent to the IRS during the year than the amount that you owed. So the IRS is going to refund you the difference. Now, receiving a refund is not always a good thing. If you receive a large sum of money, you might want to consider revising your withholdings. So that way, each year, less is going to be sent to the IRS, and you'll be able to keep more from your paycheck. Ultimately, you will have to weigh the costs and the benefits associated with receiving a refund or owing taxes. Now, if the amount owed or refunded is relatively small, then you're likely on the right track and you might not need to make any adjustments. However, if you have large balances one way or the other, you could consider revising your withholdings. And remember, withholdings are calculated and submitted to your employer on IRS Form W-4. So to increase the amount of money being sent to the IRS throughout the year, you are going to want to reduce your withholding. Kind of counterintuitive, right? Claiming 0 results in the most income taxes being taken out of your paycheck and sent to the IRS. Now, to go the other way, to decrease the amount of money being sent to the IRS throughout the year, you are going to want to increase your withholding. So if you move from claiming 0 to claiming 1 or 2, that is going to decrease the amount being sent to the IRS. Also, if there will be significant changes to your tax situation in the upcoming year, it may also be a good time to review your withholdings, along with any other deductions or credits that you might receive. Many factors go into calculating your taxes that are due for the year, and a qualified tax professional can help you decide. This video has been provided for general educational purposes only. It is not intended to provide specific advice to your personal situation. For tax advice, please contact a qualified tax professional. Cetera representatives do not provide tax services.